TI rankings, you can find yourself at the International. There's a nightmare scenario, Liz, where LGD wins this game, doesn't do well at the major, Aster doesn't do well at the major, nor do IG and whoever else qualifies, and we have no Chinese teams qualifying. That's gonna suck.
So basically, if Aster wins this one, they have enough points already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what's gonna happen here. LGD, 1 game up, trying to make it 2. Have us the why you smile, Venom Monster. Always bringing us some interesting things here.
30 seconds to battle.
And Shiro or Baden. We saw him from him last season. Played really well, won some games with it. And this game, the one game that we saw getting demolished last tour on a Baden was when the enemy team had a Grimstroke for Kaka. This time, there is no Grimstroke. No one support that just ruins your entire game.
He's doing the Radiance build, it seems like, by the way. Queuing up the Radiance already. There's the Sacred Relic.
The battle begins.
The lane itself is going to be hard as well, right? Like, you have Vano plus Abba. No matter who you're playing with, even Beastmaster, he's not going to enjoy that very much. Beast Rubik into Abaddon. Not really a great lane. Shiro can actually Aphotic Shield most of the things off, so the debuffs aren't going to be that effective.
I guess if you're playing Beastmaster, you just play Axis this game. Don't worry about Call of the Wild. Not going to be uber effective in the laning phase.
Yeah, I'm not even sure which one is better. Axes are good. Call of the Wild as well. We'll see. I think bottom lane, very volatile. Top lane as well. There's a lot of kill potential on both sides. Monkey versus Melee is always fun for Monkey. But he's playing versus techies as well, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage.
Lots of damage onto Monet. Still want to see what he's going to decide to build on this Monkey King. As we've had a bevy of different builds. He's a little bit of danger in the top lane, but he's going to be okay. Middle also had some danger onto NTS. You know, I see all these HP pools and I'm like, man, I wish someone was playing Bloodseeker. They'd be so fast right now.
No, I think we're seeing a lot of Bloodseeker in general, but yeah, in this game right now, it would be good as well. What's going to happen?
Right.
Where are we going to see the first blood? I'll ask you the question you always ask me.
First blood will happen top.
Top? What about Beast on bottom lane? They're going on him.
Oh no,
right?
Costa's curse. Oh no. I was looking the other side. Don't do it, Scriff. Look away. Shiro gets the first blood by bringing down XXX. Oh no, game is hot.
Yeah, the classic. I love how it happened just as you said. It's going to be on top. Instant go. Yeah, it's not an easy lane. Like usually in the current patch, you want to be dominating with your offlane no matter what you're playing against. But Beast and Veno, I mean, this is some good strong laning coming from these two.
Shiro is farming away quite happily on that very strong lane, so he feels good about himself. Life is just good. Top lane, new, and him and Planet are just putting some pressure as much as they can onto Monet. But for the most part, they're just trying to have him stay back, not getting as much CS as he would like. So that makes them very, very happy if they can achieve this consistently.
Yeah, it feels like Radiant is winning most of the lanes. Ember kind of keeping up on the mid, but everywhere else, they should be satisfied on the Radiant side.
So I'm just trying to think here. For this Magnus, are we going to have exactly the same build as the previous game with Harpoon? I guess it can be pretty good for some of these more mobile heroes to catch them as well, right? Bottom, we'll talk about it in a sec because they're diving Baboka, but they decide to back off before they go in for the jugular.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Like Baboka was actually going for that lift. As all the creeps were dying, he wanted to lift the Veno under the tower, but yeah, he doesn't have boots, not that speedy to get on top of him fast enough. When it comes to the build, I think it can be very similar. You could opt to go for some Crimson Guard if you really want to change things up because you're playing versus Beast. But I don't think it's that necessary. I feel like just the casual build on mag. Get the halberd, get the blink, get the harpoon.
Several options.
Boboka.
Right now, Boboka might be out of options though, as he eats a power shot. Already had a Gale in his face. And bye-bye, Rubik. Sadly, there's no dot damage he can send in the other direction. Mighty Smile's like, okay, cool. We'll even leave the bounty for Ember to refill his bottle later.
Yeah, I feel like Rubik could have TP'd instantly. If he just, after you get Gale, like, the best counter to the Venomancer is a TP scroll, right? Versus Gale, versus Noxious Plague, versus anything that he uses on you. Just TP out, man. He decided that he's strong enough because of Fairy Fire and Magic Stick. Didn't count for the power shot. And also, yeah, like you said, nothing to say on the Wind Ranger. Gonna get the bounty.
Yay. Nice refill for me. Still just doing normally up against this Ember Spirit Noodle. Him and Sumail, just farm for now. And for Sumail, yet again, we're in a situation where he has to make a lot of big moves on the map for his team. But this Ember Spirit, with the cover of the global, that's one of the big tools we've seen for a lot of these squads. Didn't work out in game 1, but I think Ember could be a lot more viable than his Void Spirit in game 2, given that he only has to really worry about like 2 stuns.
Yeah, not nearly as much cash as in that last game. So feels a lot better. Who rotates from this mid lane first? Like, both Nothing to Say and Sumail, they... Usually, there's like some 8-man Dota at this point, right? Around the mid lane.
Yeah.
But nothing like that happening.
Top lane, we do have a rotation going towards the Monkey King, Monet. Hit with the blast off, should end up dead here. Tried to survive, but it's not going to work out for him. Mighty Smile very happy to take that trip through the Twin Gate and come back before the Rubik is around to apply pressure to Abaddon. Very nice to see.
Yeah, let's see if he even has to leave. Veno, he can go back bottom, continue pressuring the Beast, and it looks like he will. I was thinking maybe he sticks around and tries to, you know, go for that monkey once again. It could be... Because Abaddon, he doesn't really need help here. He needs help to kill the Beast, but he doesn't need help in the lane per se.
In terms of the question you're asking earlier about who makes the first rotation, I think it could benefit them a lot on Aster to bring Ember Spirit to the top lane to try and curtail New. He's yet again farming a bit too much for my liking. He's so rich on this Magnus. Team Aster can't just let this go for free.
Yeah, but how do you stop it at the moment? That's the question. Even if you rotate the Ember in, I'm not sure that you got what it takes to kill him. At the moment, he's a big boy. Power Treads, Healing Lotus, Magic Wand, 1300 HP.
Oh, might have to bring 4 heroes to do the job.
Beast.
2 heroes, though, might suffice to kill off the Beastmaster as he's being sieged upon by Mighty Smile and Shiro. And he is
denied.
gonna die, but he does get denied by Boboka. Good stuff from the Rubik.
Yeah, nicely done by him. -2, Silencer got his int, but I'm kidding. It would be cool. Imagine you deny your ally and you,
You deny and you steal the
and
int.
you get the int. That would be great.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ember is...
I'm not in 2030 yet. We're still in the old days.
He's rotating bot. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger rotating top. Monet is probably gone. Meanwhile, Ember... He's gonna see why you smile. Is he gonna go on him, though? He's blocked a bit by creeps.
Dire's top tower is under
He thought about it. He has remnants, and Shiro comes in to confront him. But Shiro was holding on to the skill point for level 6, so he has the borrow time if needed. I mean, they would love to force him to use it as well. And Shiro, in an awkward place, he's popped his magic wand, finally forced to go into the borrow time. He triggers it, but they're not hitting him, so he's still low on the HP.
They might kill him now.
doesn't have access to the primal roar, but now he's opened up. They might still go on and plan it. Beautiful usage of the jump in with the blast off, but unfortunately it's not enough. They still kill Shiro
Denied.
and Sumail once even more. He
Denied.
denies Piggy. That's 2 denies in pretty much one extended fight. That's hilarious to watch.
Ah, man. Like, this is the saddest Venomancer ever. Someone, I don't know, just go hug him. He can't be happy. Beastmaster got denied, then he got denied again. Silencer as well. He's just, he's just so sad. He's not getting anything. Shiro as well. I love the way they played around him. They forced him into borrow time, and then just he gained nothing out of it, like no HP whatsoever. Really nicely done by Aster. Like they're just outplaying them.
It's definitely quite smart. They get the kill. They're not able to translate that into a tower, but they don't need it at the moment. Top lane. Monet could be in some danger, but does jump away from the shockwave before it connects. So far, this MK has been struggling for net worth, but it does change once he gets his Maelstrom. However, if he dies, it doesn't help, and they're trying to ensure that that's what happens. Bringing in Nothing to Say and Planet. And who do they definitely want? Monet. Can they get him, Liz? They're going in for it.
Let's see.
Angle for NTS. He's waiting patiently. There's the blast off to start things off. And now here comes with focus fire. That on top of the shackle shot is more than enough damage.
He's really
They
suffering.
do get the kill.
Can they get another one?
They also
RP?
find the silencer. They commit RP for that one.
Why the hell not,
Okay.
right? Like, it's not like you're gonna get a better pick-off at this point. But yeah, Monkey King is really suffering. He's under the Beastmaster, and Beastmaster got pretty handled in the laning stage.
I don't think so.
PSG.LGD really struggling at the moment. Not struggling, but they're struggling to not be winning so dominantly. Mid lane,
Struggling to
Sumail
lose.
almost got a
yeah,
big jump.
yeah.
Exactly. It's hard, man. Losing is difficult. But Sumail, can he kill NTS here? He's actually going all in for this one. He really wants this kill, even putting the aggressive Remnant forward. But he doesn't manage to make it happen. Shiro comes in for insurance just in case. In the top lane, though, why he's smart, I'm not sure. He has some fancy footwork. Actually, he will end up dead still, regardless, at the very end. Last hit killed him off.
The noxious plague of Baboka gets him in the end. And they might get techies as well. Sumail.
That'll be nice. Piggy is here, ready to steal some experience if he can, but nothing to say. Will interrupt him. Has a shackle shot at the Radiant. Sumail already lost half his HP. They get the shackle, doesn't latch onto anything. Focus fire onto Piggy. Will he die?
the
Nice little
jukes.
dodge on the power shot. He's still alive for now. Now NTS might find himself. He's went too far. Stolen
NTS.
power shot thrown up against him. He does dive forward and secure the kill. And New now looking towards Sumail. He sees where the remnants are at. He doesn't have an RP though, but the rest of LGD are encroaching into this area as Shiro also shows up. Him and Planet finish off Baboka. Okay,
I just love-
this fight started in the river, it ends in the dire jungle.
Yeah, I just love how NTS is, not mistakes, but just Silencer joking him so well. Made Rubik die in the end, Rubik that wasn't supposed to be there or anything. It was just supposed to be a pick-off on Silencer and that's it, you go back. It just brought so many heroes in the play that Silencer and Rubik die in the end. And almost Ember too, which they smoke up.
Radiant are scanning.
Ember, they need to make space with him. They do have level 6 on the Beastmaster. Sadly though, like going bottom is so awkward. Who's here? It's an Abaddon. He has borrow time. And this time, unlike the previous gank, when he had like half HP when they showed up,
They're smoking
now he
up.
has full stick.
Yep.
They're coming for this. They want to counter this on the side of PSG.LGD.
Yeah, they want to fight. They're smoking up, going bottom. They also have RP if they want to bring the Magnus in.
One of the big spells you mentioned though was Rubik and his ability to steal a Photic Shield. He has that
Yeah.
right now, so that could be a pretty big deal for this fight. He's gonna need to use it definitely though, as Ember reveals the Wind Ranger and the Techies. And I think that's gonna signal that this fight is not actually gonna happen. Both sides back off.
Yeah, wrap it up, game over. Rubik has a Photic Shield. That's it. I feel like he doesn't have to steal a single thing in this game other than the Photic Shield. I would even say that it's more important than RP. Like, stealing RP is great, it can be cool, it can be game-winning, but a Photic Shield, it will always be useful.
Speaking of a Photic Shield, the hero that it originates from, just finishing up his Radiance down bottom. He's playing behind the tier 1 tower. In fact, so many heroes on LGD can play safely behind their tier 1s, given how far away Aster is from taking them down.
The same goes for Monkey, right? Like if you look at him and where he's farming, he's doing kind of the same thing. Not recovered yet, by the way. Do they have any stacks? They don't have any stacks for him. Just a tiny bit of dual ancient stack. Of course, he doesn't have Empower to work with either, so not gonna be that easy to recover.
Radiant side, though, has some very, very juicy stacks.
Global?
Oh, might have a quick kill. Global was popped here, but they might still be able to get the kill onto NTS. Will he get himself denied by these creeps? No, he will not. He just dies, heads up. Sumail credited with that kill. That's a pretty decent chunk of gold and definitely worth expending Global for.
Of course, like you kill the mid, you can maybe even pressure mid lane after that. And we'll see if they decide to do that. The thing is, like, if you're LGD, you have 3 of these cores. Magnus was too busy farming up a quadruple stack of Ancients. So he has that Blink, he has the Echo Saber, 1200 gold away from Harpoon. He doesn't really want to be joining these fights.
Right now, LGD putting themselves in a decent position as well, experience-wise, as one of the slowest heroes on the entire map, lumbered into Team Aster side of things, install their Wisdom Rune. So that's bonus for LGD. And they still really struggle with their building damage in general, because Beastmaster did not go for the I'm killing everything on the map by myself build. So their maps are really starting to feel a bit small right now for Team Aster. They've been making sort of similar moves for the last 90 seconds. Not all of them can connect flush.
Yeah, but he, like you said, he's not building the Helm of Overlord. I suppose that's what you were talking about. But at the same time, he is getting closer to Axe. Mid lane, it's going to be a big fight.
Oh my
RP, ooh.
Sumail dodges the RPs, but he gets hit with the Noxious Plague, and I think he's dead. Well, you get to save your RP new. Good luck.
Yeah, and that
Good job.
that Photic Shield isn't on Rubik any longer. And even if it was, you need to be in position to save your teammates, right? Like, so far, Boboka has been more on the farming side of things. Because of that, he does have a Blink Dagger, but it hasn't been, like, the hero himself hasn't been that active on the map.
Now that he has this, though, there is no excuse. Want to see you being involved in as many frays as humanly possible. Once Nathalan's next, and Tier 2 Tower is being sieged here by Shiro and New. They're just putting in the waves, but that does mean they're not available towards middle. The Team Aster could try to make a play here if they catch vision on any of these heroes. God, this is so annoying. Venom Monster just getting cheap free vision by throwing out and spamming Plague Wards. And pick you. Might actually end up dead here. A round of Atos emerges from this Wind Ranger. They get the jump and they get the kill. It feels like that's way too easy for them to do on the side of LGD right now if they come across the Silencer.
Yeah, it was a bait on a ward, right? Like, that's also a thing. He wants to deward the triangle. They set up on him, eliminated him. Silencer, unfortunately, is usually played as a position 5. He doesn't have a lot. No 4 staffs, nothing like that. If he has a Pavis, he's happy. Which isn't buying, by the way, which is strange for me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Roar.
The enemy team's 5 position will also end up dropping. Primal Roar committed. What is he buying instead of Pavis?
Greaves. He's going for a mech.
Okay. Some GG boots. I also prefer Pavis because it requires less positioning from you to save someone uber far away. But still, Greaves overall. You're never upset at having Greaves in the team.
Of course, especially when you're playing versus Venomancer, right? Like, a ton of damage coming from him, so he will manage to de-ward in the end. Ember, mid lane.
They're potentially looking towards middle, but
New.
when they went in for the smoke of all the heroes to coming across Magnus Wind Ranger, while they're together, not the best.
Yeah, and so many good things for Rubik to steal. He actually gets empowered this time around, and he's very happy, I'm sure, because, well, he might not be happy, but Monkey and Ember are, as they get that empower to work with.
And it's even better that he has Blink Dagger, because now he can get to me even faster to give me my empower.
Are they gonna rush? They're rushing. 3 cores moving into the pit on the top lane.
Right, just going heads up for it. We have the passive coming in from Abaddon to make this faster. So lots of damage in a short span of time. And it doesn't seem like Aster's gonna be here in time. They will clip the scan out, but it's too late. The Aegis is about to fall. They're stacking up for a potential move here. But now the question is, do they have the bravery to take a fight after the Roche? And the answer is no. They'll just let it go. Maybe D-ward here and there. But they're standing right underneath an observer ward, so it could actually be the side of LGD that come directly at them after getting this Aegis.
Yeah, they do not have any smokes on the side of LGD, but the vision is good enough, I feel like, for Magnus to perhaps jump in, skewer someone out of position.
Magnus in question does have Harpoon, but he's a bit too far away. So looks like Aster will be allowed to live. Also, speaking of that Magnus, both him and the Beastmaster top of the net worths as expected. Beast, after getting the drums of Slom and BKB, is there anything special you want to see coming in from XSS?
What's he building next? BKB? I'm not sure. Maybe some break would be solid, but not sure what you go on Beast at this point. You could get a blink to initiate easier with the roar as well, right? Maybe just some more utility, really. Like the BKB and Aghanims, you're kind of set. Your game is set. You can always be in front. You can always dish out the damage. Usually the game ends at that point, doesn't it? It's the Aghs and the blink. It's the Aghs and the BKB, sorry. And you're good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So far, XSS having a very good game for himself. Shiro wanting Manta style after he's picked up this Radiance. Still just chilling, only died once in this game. Becoming harder and harder to kill as time goes on.
Yeah, the game right now, it did slow down a little bit. Right, they gave the Aegis to Wind Ranger. She's farming up the BKB. Shiro. Cosplaying good old... What was it? Was it Naga? It was, right? Like the old build Naga, Radiance Manta.
Yeah.
It's also...
I kind of missed that build.
Yeah. They are moving top with the Beast and the Ember. They want to take down the Abaddon maybe twice. Let's see.
Okay. Yes, allies coming in towards him. Borrow time could get triggered and they can try to do a similar trick as what they did down bottom, but it's not that easy. They don't even get the borrow time to trigger. But his reinforcements are here. There's going to be the Harpoon play. They get the global silence out onto New. He has no BKB, so could end up dead here. Can they kill him before the silence ends?
RP.
Stolen Skewer brings him back towards the tier 2 tower to ensure that they can bring him down. Good job by Baboka. And Aster get their kill.
Yeah, Shiro needs the Manta. Like, once he gets the Manta, that's much more difficult to do. I feel the Manta will be the MVP item, the MVI of PSG.LGD, because once you get the Manta, you can actually lose the global silence, dispel it from yourself, and then you can dispel it on someone else, like on Mag. So the team fights will be way, way easier for you.
Not there just yet, though. Well, they're all gonna just pick you. Speaking of silences, very easy kill happening on the global silencer himself.
Under attack.
Also, now I just realized, Lizard, LGD has 5 universal heroes. I don't think I've seen this before.
Damn, that's actually true. I had to, I believed you, but I had to go through all of them to double check. And yeah, you're correct. I don't think I've seen that as well.
Oh, Zhao 8.
Skewer.
Zhao Guardiola is showing us the future right now with this draft. Baboka found a skewer back onto planet underneath the tier 2 tower, and they just mop him up with Sumail. That's gonna finish off the gold for the full big BKB to be finished for the Ember Spirit, so they could actually just go again immediately. They still have most of their ultimates outside of global.
Was this pre-planned, by the way? Getting 5 universal heroes, what do you think?
Under attack.
Nah, I think we probably realized once they had like 3 or 4.
They're
And
like,
they were
okay,
like,
we
okay,
have to do it
what
now.
can we do at this
Yeah,
point?
at this point, we've got 3 already. Let's complete the set, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you go for the spirits, you get all of them at some point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So there's your Manta. It's up now for Shiro. The Abaddon, a lot stronger, has a Dispel. Doesn't really need to go for BKB, so probably Blink Dagger will come next. And just let them siege the tier 2 tower.
Dire's
take it down without too much hustle.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So now what are we waiting for next? We know that they're going to be playing with this Aegis. They finished taking the tier 2s with it, so they're like, cool. We have to wait a while until it's up again. So do we just play around Roche, or do Aster now feel that, given that we have Global online again, it's our turn to shine?
I feel like you look at Monkey and you see what he's got, but first Ember,
He should be fine.
yeah, he's taking a ton of damage from all the dots. They just don't have enough catch. I feel like you need to use that RP to get a solid pick off on a core. When it comes to Aster, I believe they are kinda ready. Their biggest issue so far was the fact that Monkey didn't really have a lot of farm, so he couldn't join these fights. Right now with Maelstrom, BKB and Echo Saber, I think he would be very happy to go and fight, so they can get actually the Crimson that we mentioned on Beastmaster at the beginning of the game. That's something that you can wait for, but it's not a big deal.
Sumail, he's the first one rushing forward, comes across the Venomancer. Veno knows he's dead, will pop a Pavis on himself to elongate the duration of this death, but the certainty of it is not in question. He dies, gives us some intel towards Piggy.
I love the range on Gale. It was really damn long.
Some of these spells just have absurd cost ranges. And you look at not just cost ranges, but travel ranges as well. You look at it, you're like, seriously, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's just Rubik, right? Like when you max out the supremacy, it looks dumb.
That plus the Aether Lens.
Plus the Aether Lens, exactly, yeah. It's just traveling. It's traveling. Like, you feel like it's a projectile. You can like an arrow. You know, it's gonna continue traveling forever. You can just dodge it out.
I grow closer to the elements.
Okay, so what's happening here for LGD? I feel like this is going to be a big power spike. The blink on Abaddon. Why is it a power spike? It becomes much harder to play against the hero. You're not the one jumping him anymore. Like, he can use the Manta aggressively. Up to this point, it was mostly defensive or just a farm. But once you get the blink, what you do is you find the target and you jump on top of it. You Manta, it's silenced instantly. Like a Rubik or a silencer. Even an Ember, if you jump on them, you can pick them off, kill them.
For the Ember, they probably are still going to have to commit RP, and New really wants to use the spell. They haven't been able to find any willing participants to get involved.
Yeah,
Team Master
he's like,
just farming back.
Anyone for a BKB?
Nope.
Anyone for an
Good,
RP? Anyone, please?
We want nothing to do with that, sir. You keep that stuff to yourself. They potentially smoke now themselves on Aster, as we have lots of heroes together, but doesn't feel like they're in a rush really right now. I think they're also happy to allow Monet to become the real big hero of this game, because uber late game here, Liz, this Monkey King is terrifying in the team fights, and LGD won't have the most answers in the world to deal with him if he does get to that raid boss level.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This game has been way too slow for my liking. The first series and the second series and the first game was pretty action-packed. They're all just chilling at the moment. Snare, go poke the bear. Go push them. Go make them do something. Come on. This RP.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna all chat a question mark so that they get upset.
Well,
We have Vision right now onto Venomancer. He walks right underneath an Observer Ward, and they will be able to kill him off. At the same time, they almost drag back Silencer. Beautiful lift back from Baboka will buy him space and time. The Global will come out, but there are BKBs. They utilize them from LGD to get the kill they need. That is a BKB charge, though, for the Magnus. Not going to be uber happy about committing it for this fight.
yep, nothing to say. Was connecting a little bit too late there, so they didn't have the Gleipnir to work with. But as you can see, Aster, even though they use global, they're not really afraid of fighting, as they know Rosh can respawn, and they really, really want to contest that.
Speaking of Rush, the big man is online. Hawk has seen it, so Aster know what's up. And they've been in this area for LGD, so they know what's up as well. That's why they're not leaving. We do see now They potentially want to jump onto Sumail. They got the searing chains out. But he just pops BKB, going in the opposite direction. Will Remnants away, but now he doesn't have BKB for the fight.
Yeah, can they continue fighting here? There's a double damage still. Abaddon is in.
Coming onto Beastmaster, they really want him. He pops a BKB of his own. Monet has a Wukong's. They use it with the Primal Roll being thrown down onto this Wind Ranger. They just want to back away from this fight. Monet still has a BKB to pop if necessary. Hasn't utilized it just yet. Just before he gets skewered back by New, though, he does
Monkey.
trigger it out. New still has access to RP, so he could still die, but New can't get there in time.
It's only this.
However, LGD zoned them away from the area list, so they get the free Aegis.
Well, Silencer, he's gonna walk in, I believe. Let's go. He's gonna walk in and snatch it. Not gonna happen. Anyway, did you see the shackle shot on Ember?
Oh, it like stretched during the BKB.
It's stretched.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's stretched and then it just slammed him back into the tree. Shiro gets Boboka on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, on top, Pichu.
And they're gonna get Pichu. Yeah, he's dead.
Both of them. So two supports die, they get the Aegis, they get the cheese. I feel like this is a huge power spike. Aegis is usually a power spike on anyone, but especially on this lineup of LGD, because it allows you to play the game a little bit freer, be a bit more reckless, jump in with Abaddon without a care. He's also buying Skadi, so on top of Curse of Avernus, he's going to have that Skadi to slow heroes down.
PSG.LGD in a very good spot right now. Team Aster struggling to find what they need from these fights. 15-9, 30 minutes in.
Yeah, it didn't look that bad for them. I feel like the biggest issue was not having a way to deal with Wind Ranger. And the Nullifier on Monkey King will definitely help out a little bit. And also the damage department was lacking. So you're going to have that extra Sacred Relic on Monet.
We'll see what happens as well once they end up picking up the AC from Beastmaster. But they're not going to let them get there easily as LGD come in with the Skadi on the Abaddon, take out Monet's courier, and should be able to not only remove the tier 2 tower, but take away Aster's 30-minute Tormentor. So they're going to be down one shard. They couldn't get the prior Wisdom Rune, so they might lose the upcoming one as well. Like, a lot is being lost in these last few minutes.
Yeah, Monkey might steal theirs though. He's on top lane. We'll see if he does that. Instead, he just buys the Sacred Relic and he's maybe gonna even TP because your tower, your tier 3 tower is half HP.
Yeah. They have to come do something about this. They are still playing with an Aegis for another 3 minutes on the side of LGD, so it's very difficult to stop them. Sumail is here, trying to throw in some slides just to poke at them. But Shiro, he has 3 lives right now, so very happy to commit at least 2 of them, trying to take down a lane of Rax. They do end up losing out on their creep wave, however, so backdoor protection kicks in. That will protect the base of Aster.
I feel like he had no mana, that's why they left the most important thing. And he was dropping really damn low. You forced everyone back, you used a lot of your ammunition, you're very close to level 20, no reason to completely risk it, even though I feel like they could have.
Right now, given the stakes that are available,
He's getting the
not the time to be taking risks.
He's getting the 85 DPS borrow time immolation, so he's gonna be hitting Ember with his own weapon.
So he basically just buffed up his Radiance, I see.
Yep.
Super Radiance.
That's a lot of damage, by the way. 60 magical from Radiance, then on top of that 85. Do the math for me, Snare. I know you can do it.
What, 145 a second? It's a
Damn.
lot.
It's a lot.
But before, that's before reductions, right? And how many reductions do they have? Do they have a pipe or anything? They do not. They actually have like no magic resist on the side of Aster.
Versus Venomancer as well.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. They're building one Glimmer Cape right now for the Silencer, but nothing else really to protect them directly.
Yeah, and there's another smoke. Now what's gonna happen is they're just gonna put the Abaddon in front and wait for anyone that comes close for Magnus to pounce on.
They're already on it though. Monet is outside the base, trying to creep skip. At the same time, we do get a drag back onto Silencer. He's gonna get killed off. Doesn't buy back, however.
Yeah.
And they do steal Skewer from the Rubik. The TPs are coming back. Can they defend this? No, they cannot. They end up losing the lane of Rax. They try to creep skip with Monet down bottom, but it ends up not being good enough.
He has 40 more seconds. Ooh, that was close. Not close enough though.
You almost got the drag back. Not close enough, but Boka's one. He's gonna get 2 heroes with his Skewer stolen from the Magnus. Shiro is also inside of this. Borrow time enables him to blink out of the Wukong's command. But obviously NCS not gonna be so lucky. XXX doesn't have access to Primal Roar, of course, anymore. But Monet does still have Boundless Strike. Chasing, they want somebody. They get the Boundless Strike out onto New. Axes will be there as well. But Boka wanted to blink on top of him and skewer him back, but these mines everywhere on the damn map from Planet deny him the opportunity, deny him the access routes, and that's going to keep the Magnus alive.
Beast has to be careful. They're going back in. Okay. He was taking the Watchers, so they had vision on him. In the end, they don't decide to kill off or try to kill off the Beast. Nice. Very nicely done by Boboka. You can... No matter how badly the game looks, like in what state it is, these players, they're just so talented. They'll make a tiniest mistake into a huge opportunity for themselves. Nice little skewer play from Rubik.
Game-saving Boboka moves. Seen those before in the past.
So the Aegis has been reclaimed, which means that Abaddon has an extra spot, and in that extra slot, Skull Basher is put. Like now you have the Manta, the jump, not only with Skadi, with Basher as well. He's getting that critical mass on Abaddon at the moment.
By the way, speaking of Basher, I missed the old name. Cranium Basher was way cooler than Skull Basher. Skull Basher is just like, whatever.
Yeah, hard
Mid
to
lane,
Sumail.
they're going on to Why You Smile. Should be able to kill him. But Sumail did take a lot of damage. So I think you need to get well away from this place.
Look at that.
Indeed, he gets away just in time because New was there.
Look at how low he is. He just went on a position 5, by the way. And that's what position 5 did to him. Albeit he didn't use Blacking Bar, but still.
I must say, Sumail has done a really good job at recovering in this game. There's a large portion where he was the lowest net worth core. Wasn't able to progress his items, but here he is on track to finish off an Aghanim Scepter.
I would say all of them recovered fairly well. They're still 16k behind, don't get me wrong, it's a huge difference, but considering how the laning stage went, it looked much scarier.
If I'm keeping it 100% with you, 100. If they win one
Keep
more
it.
fight, I
Keep
high-key think Aster is on top.
You think? Yeah.
No.
I agree if they get a really good fight. They're smoking up to wrap around. But the mines.
Goddamn mines. That's going to enable them to pick off the Silencer. He's dead, no buyback. And he's the one carrying the global. XXX has to beat on these drums just to stay alive. Sumail going in to run some interference, but he will just zip back. So they've wasted some time from PSG.LGD. So LGD, at the same time, didn't commit any of their ultimates. They didn't commit any BKBs, so they are prepared to fight again.
Yeah, just the borrow time, right? Like, but it's 30 seconds away from being... Like, you can't... At this point, I guess it's not even a... It's an ultimate, but on a very low cooldown, so... Doesn't matter that much. But, yeah. These mines, man. You just can't smoke on the map. As long as the Techies player is careful enough and is watching where they are, which is everywhere. Like, if you look at the map, how many green dots do you see? They are literally littering the map.
This looks like, you know when you get that map of Dota and you draw like ward positions on it?
Oh, yeah. So that you don't
This
get
looks
stream
like that,
sniped.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right now, LGD. 19k gold lead, a lane of racks up. However, they still need to play carefully to close out this game. As the big thing for me is that this Abaddon in particular is reaching his zenith point. Once he finishes off having the Swift Blink, maybe you replace the boots with something else, but then you are maxed out. No more progression for him.
Even right now, he feels like he's at his peak, more or less. And I know where you're going with this. It can't be said the same for Monkey King. He still has an item to work with, maybe even two, that he can switch out the boots, right? Ember as well has space to grow, but they were pinging out the bottom side of the pit. It gets taken during the night, so unfortunately for Aster, they're gonna have to play into two cheese now, like one on Windranger, one on Techies. And there's
Techies with cheese.
Yeah, and there's Magnus, by the way, with refresher shards. So he was buying an orb. Now he got it for free.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Still gonna build into his orb, but having the double harpoon plays, double RPs. Now it's even more important for the silencer. Piggy, I think, is actually too close. He needs to be on the other side of the base right now.
I would say he's too close already, yeah. It even looks like he's baiting.
Does he have buyback? He does not. I don't know what's happening here. Jump in from this Ember Spirit. They really want to try and find some kill. Sumail, though, got stunned up. Him and Monet inside the Wukongs. They right-click down this Ember Spirit, 100-0. Shiro now forcing Monet outside of his own Wukongs, getting back half his HP thanks to the Boundless Strike. He's now going to run down Monet, kill him off. And that's two heroes dead without buyback.
That's game.
XXX will also get taken out. He does have buy, but he's already committed the Primal Roar. The Silencer dies. No ultimates available, and I think you're right. This might just be the game. LGD going for the jugular. They're going for the 2-0 victory, and they get it. GG, well played is called. New does miss an RP. He gets the second one, though, baby. He will let Baboka know, let Baboka realize that he belongs to the best team in China, PSG.LGD.